Unexpected Spiritual Travelers, Mystic Al here, aka Nathan. We have another pick a card reading for you today. Today's theme is messages from your spirit guides. So basically it's anything that your spirit guides want you to know about your current situation. We have 4 piles. Pile 1 with the little red lady. Pile 2 with the little purple lady. Pile 3 with the blue lady. And pile 4 with the turquoise green lady. Remember, this is a general reading, so take only that which resonates. I'm actually going to use the Ascension cards. This is one of the very first Oracle decks that I ever bought, and I haven't used them in such a long time. So when I was going through my decks, I found it, I thought, I'm going to use that in the reading today. And we're going to use this card to get the overall theme or energy of the reading. So moving on from that, please use your intuition to choose a pile. Thank you all for being here with me today. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And let's get started with pile number 1. Hello, pile 1 with a lovely little red lady. Let's find out what your spirit guides want you to know right now. Messages from your spirit guides. We'll start with your Ascension card to get an idea about the theme of your reading. You have the card of Lemurian Healing, number 24. Lemurians were the 5th dimensional androgynous beings who loved and wanted to heal Earth. They drew the love of God through the cosmic heart into this planet. Lemurians gathered the divine qualities from our energy fields and that of other stars, adding this pure source light in order to form healing crystals to help us through the transition to the new golden age. Even now, when 2 or more gather with humility to focus these crystals, powerful healing takes place. And your affirmation, I send Lemurian healing to Earth. Lovely. So I sense for you, pile 1, that you've been doing a bit of inner healing recently. Potentially doing a little bit of shadow work, addressing things within you that needs to heal, or starting to accept parts of yourself that maybe you weren't so fond of previously. Learning that, we're all human, and we have the light and the dark. They sort of balance each other out, that all of those darker aspects are just part of who we are too, and that when we actually start to embrace them and love those parts of ourselves, we become more complete, we feel more whole, we feel more vibrant and alive. There's hidden treasures to be found, I guess, in the darker aspects of our personality. But doing so, I sense you have a mission on Earth, actually. This is a group that is part of the Healing Collective. Through raising your vibration and starting to heal yourself, you're actually helping to raise the collective in terms of healing and moving into the age of Aquarius, or into the new golden age, as it says there. So you have a mission on Earth, which is really beautiful. And basically it's just about learning to love yourself. Life is a journey of self-discovery, and learning to accept all aspects of ourselves, and finding, I guess, hidden treasures and strengths within the darker aspects of our personality also. Lovely. Moving on from that, pile 1, you have the card of number 21 in Shadow Treasures, as I was just talking about. Beautiful. You also have the card of Elevation. You are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. Okay. Well, those 2 cards just strongly confirm what I was talking about previously about I sense that you've been going through a period where you've been doing a lot of soul searching recently. You've taken some time out, maybe spending a lot of time alone. I'm picking up on pile 1. And maybe you've been forced to change certain things in your life. There may have been events in your life recently that caused you to go internally and to do some soul searching about what it is that you want from life, or what path you want to go down. So you may have lost your job recently. You possibly had a breakup. There may have been some issues with your family, potentially with your health also. The universe has kind of maybe forced you to take some time out to reassess what it is that you want. And because of it, you've been forced to do a lot of healing, inner healing, shadow work. And I like to think that when we actually choose to contemplate and reflect upon our lives and start to surrender aspects of our personality and I guess external traits that really aren't serving us anymore, maybe certain addictions, bad habits, personality traits that just aren't the most like, let's say, loving or amicable. Anyway, and starting to like make an effort to change those things, that I really sense that we get rewarded by the universe for doing the hard work, for choosing to like change our life for the better. So things start to get a little bit easier. The more work that we do, the more shadow work that we do, the more that we start to accept the darker aspects of our personality and actually change things about ourselves that just aren't working for us anymore. So I commend you on doing the work, Pile One. And not only are you doing it for yourself, but this is a group that I sense is actually doing it for the collective. I mean, we are all part of the collective, so we all have the ability to change our lives for the better. And in doing so, we not only can show other people that they have the ability to change their life and inspire other people to start living the life that they want and that they should be living, but also, because we are all connected, when you raise your vibration, it helps raise the vibration of people around you. So it's kind of like twofold. You inspire others to start looking at those things within them that maybe they want to change or start to love and accept all parts of themselves. But also, just by doing the work yourself, you're having a net benefit to the collective by, like, I guess, raising the vibration of the collective as we move towards the age of Aquarius, where we all start to love and support each other a little bit more. We all rely on our own gifts and kind of work in tandem with each other. Like when we are all shining bright and focusing on our own talents and sharing those talents with everyone else, it's kind of like every cog in the wheel starts turning together and it works well. So I see this group being like the light workers of the collective, here to help shine a light on our darker aspects, starting to love and embrace those aspects, and encouraging other people to start sort of elevating their own vibration by maybe changing certain habits that aren't working for them. So good on you, Pile One. I sense that you've done a lot of inner healing yourself recently also, with these two cards indicating that you're probably coming into a phase where you're starting to feel like you've left a lot of burdens behind in your past. This year has been a very challenging year for the collective. We've all been going through our own personal trials and tribulations, and collectively there's a real shift into like a new paradigm where I guess certain structures and power dynamics are falling away. Fingers crossed. And I guess freedom is like one of our priorities, where we are more loving and supportive of each other. And I just sense that you're starting to feel a lot more love for yourself and more freedom within Pile One, which is really beautiful. But moving on from that, your next two cards, you have the Magenta Dragon. Enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Okay, there you go. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. There you are. Okay, so you got the elevation card. And this card talks about preparing for accelerated ascension, which is really beautiful. So the more work that you're doing, I guess the rate of growth of ascension is increasing. You're in a place where you're just starting to feel more at peace with who you are. And it's because you've shone a light on those darker aspects of your personality and started to accept that we're all light and dark, that we all have vices, that none of us are perfect. Loving yourself for the person you are right now, which isn't easy to do. So I really commend you on that, Pile One. But also what I'm interested in too, it says here too, you've got forward your soul's wisdom, to bring forward your soul's wisdom, along with the shadow treasures here at number 21. So as I mentioned earlier, we get rewarded for doing the hard work when we start to look in and be courageous and accept that maybe there's things that we need to work on and actually start to change those aspects of ourselves, or at least start to accept all parts of us, I guess, unconditionally. Then hidden treasures are unveiled, like, I guess it shines a light on some of your spiritual gifts that you may have. The more that you start to embrace the darkness, I sense the stronger your empathy is for other people that are going through certain challenges. The more that you start to reflect on your life and to shine a light on your soul's purpose, the greater our clairs become, in a sense. Like our spirit guides kind of step in and start guiding us down a certain path, and so we strengthen our connection to the divine the more we come aligned within our soul's purpose. And your next card, you have number 33, the horse spirit, and freedom is yours. Okay. Strong synchronicities in this reading. I was just talking about like finding freedom within, starting to feel at peace with the person you are, becoming more into alignment with your soul's purpose, and actually embracing like all aspects of yourself. Which is really beautiful. And I've also just noticed too that you have, this is card number 33. You also have 2 and 1, which is a 3. So 333 may be very relevant to you. You may be seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities in your life right now. And I like to believe that signs and synchronicities come into our life when our spirit guides in the universe are letting us know that we're starting to be more in alignment with our soul's purpose. They're kind of little nuggets of magic and beauty that we see in the world around us to confirm that, you know, that we are doing the right things, that we are on the right path, to give us the encouragement and confirmation that we should continue down the path and to continue doing the work that we're doing. So strong connection to the divine here, Par 1, also. Really trust in any sort of intuitive nudges or instincts that you have right now, because they're apt to be very correct and on the mark. I'm sensing like your spirit guides are really shining a light on the things that you need to be working on, and I sense that you're embracing those things like head on, which is very courageous and not easy to do. I am picking up on also, Par 1, that maybe you've chosen to go down a different path. With the horse spirit here, freedom is yours. Noting also with the magenta dragon, it does say something about rapid ascension, accelerated ascension, that's hard to say. Like things just taking off really quickly. You may have like chosen a new direction in life potentially, and now that you've started to work on yourself a little bit more and actually started to put a lot of work into whatever endeavors that you're working on, you're starting to see the rewards from it. Things are starting to like really take off, and it's really exciting for you is what I'm picking up on, Par 1. Interesting that you have the horse spirit here about like rapid movement. You have the card of elevation, raise your vibration of love. And it does say in the magenta dragon, prepare for accelerated ascension. I just sense that like your life is just going in a path now where you're just feeling so much more at ease and happy with life. You're in the flow a little bit more. Maybe not stressing about too much with whether things are working out or not. You're letting go of the need to know the answers and letting go of the need to control like a certain direction. You're just sort of taking it as it comes, I guess. And because of that, you are raising your vibration. You're being more in flow with the universe, and and just seeing what life has to offer, accepting that life is a mystery and that, you know, it's a journey of self-discovery in a sense, really. Beautiful reading, Par 1. Let's get some further messages for you from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck about what's coming your way, or what your spirit guides want you to know right now. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile number 1 about what you want them to know, messages from their spirit guides. I just sense that maybe things are starting to work out for them right now. They're starting to have a lot of luck and fortune in their life. Noting that 333 is the number of spiritual awakening. In my journey about 3 years ago, when I was stuck in a job where I was miserable and very unhappy. It was a career, it was a good job, I was getting paid quite well, but I was just so desperately miserable. And because of it, I was like doing a lot of external things that weren't good for me, to try and mask the pain of being in a path that wasn't fulfilling. And I would see 333 on the clock like almost daily. It was a number that was so prevalent and noticeable in my life. Eventually I decided to look it up on the internet, and it said something about you're going through a spiritual awakening, start to see things in your life like changing and shifting. And then I lost my job, things fell apart. I was forced to change a lot of things in my life, and I'm in a place now, Pile 1, where I'm so much happier with who I am. I've overcome a lot of personal demons. I'm trusting in something that I feel is far more encouraging and that brings me so much more joy. And I just sense you're coming into a place where you're starting to just feel a lot of love for yourself and love for what you're doing, love for the life that you're living, love for the people around you. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 1? There you go. So you have 4 cards that have come out. Okay. The first one that I just got then was the King of Swords, which always reminds me of a strong connection to spirit, like strong claircognizance in a sense, where you just get sudden downloads or epiphanies of deep understanding and clarity about who you are and your purpose. Sometimes when we're for me, when I'm having a conversation with somebody else, I like to talk through these things with other people. And I sometimes stop and like notice the things that I've said in a sense because I've channeled information from other people. So the King of Swords is always an indication of like clarity, strong connection to spirit, of like of being able to channel information in a sense. You have the World card. Beautiful. Things coming into fruition, manifestation, like completing certain things in your life, living the life that you want. Like the world is your oyster. You're feeling fulfilled and satisfied with the life that you're living right now, pile one. You have the Sun card also, beautiful. Along with the Queen of Wands, I've decided to read all of these cards in the upright position just because I wanted to get the most positive message from the cards. Wow, powerful cards there, pile one. The Queen of Wands really does indicate that you're starting to embrace both the darker and lighter aspects of your life. You can see that she has the black cat there, sitting by her throne, supporting her on her journey, being one of her friends, one of her best friends, one of her allies in life, that she started to see the treasures within her darker aspects and knowing that, like, if you have the ability to shine a light on your darker aspects, then you can actually also help other people see what needs to be healed within their own personalities also. So along with the King of Swords, you may be sort of a channel to the divine, or at least starting to like move into a place where you're starting to channel information where you can actually help other people see what they need to heal within their life, or at least starting to see the beauty within like just accepting yourself for who you are. So you have both the World card and the Sun card, two of the most optimistic cards in the deck, really. Both talking about fulfillment of being happy and fulfilled with the life that you're living, loving yourself and fully embracing like all aspects of who you are. And I also sense because you've done the hard work, you've shone a light on your darker aspects, the shadow side of your personality, pile one, that you're starting to like just see changes in your external world too, where things are falling into place. You're seeing more signs and synchronicities. You're starting to love and appreciate the beauty in the world around you. And I just sense that like you're in a place of just utter peace and harmony with yourself, which I think is really magical. This is such a beautiful reading, a very strong reading. Continue to do the work, pile one. Continue to be that beacon of hope and light that helps raise the collective as we move towards the age of Aquarius. You're doing a great job. I commend you on it, pile one. That's all I have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I wish you a beautiful day. And let's move on to pile two. Welcome, pile two, with the lovely purple or lilac lady. Lilac lady. Purple's my favorite color, FYI. Let's find out what your spirit guides want you to know right now. Messages from your spirit guides. We'll start with your Ascension card. You have the card of Marco, number 47, which reduces to 11. Master Marco represents the highest galactic confederation of our solar system, the capital of which is on Saturn. He liaises with Commander Ashtar of the Intergalactic Fleet to bring us wisdom and knowledge held by stellar cultures. He also assists Hilarion on the fifth ray of technology, science, and knowledge to enable people to expand their higher mental abilities and develop spiritual technology for the future. Your guidance is to open your mind and communications and connections from other star systems and universes and ask Marco to assist and protect you. I am open to the wisdom from the stars, is your affirmation. I am open to the wisdom from the stars. Interesting, okay. What I'm sensing for you, pile two, is that maybe you're going through a period of like starting to unveil like inner wisdom, inner knowledge. You're starting to like have epiphanies of understanding about who you are and your soul's purpose. You may have been through a period where you've made a lot of changes in your life recently, or at least I sense this is a group that might spend a lot of time in contemplation and reflection. You may do a lot of meditating potentially, or just like spending a lot of time on your own so that you can think about like the past, think about your current situation, think about what it is from the future. And the more we do that, the more we unveil like hidden truths within us, in a sense. Like meditation has two purposes. Firstly, it's all about really shutting your mind off so that you don't allow any sort of negative thoughts or, diminishing self-beliefs to keep us back and hold us small anymore. But it's also about like when we shut our mind off and don't let that sort of narrative in our mind, the chatter, get in the way, it's amazing what can come to the surface. We allow like our soul's purpose to unveil, and hidden truths, in a sense, come to the surface and let us know why we're here and who we are. As I mentioned in part one, like life is a journey of self-discovery. We're all here to really learn who we are, what gifts we have to share, how we can help the collective and stuff like that. So I just sense that you've been doing a lot of either soul searching, maybe deliberately, or unconsciously you've had a lot of like inner knowledge come to the surface, and you're in a process of gaining more clarity about your soul's purpose while you're here on earth, in a sense, is what I'm getting, which is really beautiful. Your next card, you have the card number 18, communication. Interesting. And you have the card of friendliness. You are able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. Okay, that's really beautiful. You know what I am seeing here, pile 2? Interesting that it says here too, I've just noticed. In Marco, it says your guidance is to open your mind to communications and connections from other star systems. Isn't that interesting? So you've also got the card of communication. What I'm getting is that not only are you unveiling your own sort of personal truths, doing soul searching and understand your life purpose, who you are, starting to understand certain habits that you may have, really shining a light on potentially some of the darker aspects of your personality too, and starting to embrace those things, or starting to see the gifts that are held within them. But I just sense that you're also starting to see or have downloads of like universal wisdom. You're receiving messages from your spirit guides that are meant to be channeled to the collective, in a sense. And with the card here of friendliness, this really indicates to me that you have a mission also, similar to pile 1, of like being a channel of wisdom to the divine, being able to share like source knowledge, in a sense, or at least your own wisdom too, drawing a light upon your own experiences in the past and being able to share that with other people. So you may have a career, or you're wanting to, potentially your soul purpose is to be like some sort of communicator or a blogger, sharing your own wisdom, but also sharing universal knowledge and wisdom that you are being downloaded to quite frequently, is what I'm getting for you, pile 2. I just sense that you have a very like amicable, loving, vibrant personality, somebody that people just sort of are drawn to. You're a magnetic like personality, in a sense. You have a lot of love to share with other people, and like to lift people up, is what I'm getting. So I just see here that like, if you haven't already maybe gone down a path of sharing your voice somehow, you may also be in a role where you're a leader, so you can be a mentor to other people and help other people develop their own skills, or share your own experience, in a sense, to be a mentor to other people. But most definitely I'm getting here that like your life purpose, in a sense, is to be a communicator, to share your soul's wisdom, to share your experiences from your past with other people, to share the universal wisdom that you are receiving through your spirit guides and a strong connection to the divine. Lovely. You also have, noting that you also have the purple woman, which was completely coincidental. Purple indicating that there is a connection to the divine. Your crown chakra is probably aligned, and they're communicating straight through your crown into your voice and your throat chakra, so that you can channel information. Lovely. Your next card, you're the golden Christed dragon. Brings you higher love so that you can embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Wow. Interesting too. Once again, another synchronicity. You have, it says here, universes, and ask Marco to assist and protect you. This card indicates that you are protected. So if you believe in ascended masters, it doesn't matter if you do or not. If you believe in ascended masters, you could ask Master Marco to protect you and bathe you in divine white light. But also, I guess you can also just pray to to the divine, your spirit guides, or if you're religious, to God, just to keep you protected, to keep sharing that wisdom with you so that you can continue to be a channel and to share your insights and wisdom with other people. And you had number 47. Wow, you got 47 twice. That's crazy. Wow. Synchronistic. Also, strong synchronicities in this reading too. Number 47, reducing to 11. So 1111, your angel numbers. You're strongly protected, pile 2. You have a mission on Earth also, I sense, and it's all about like sharing your insights and wisdom with other people. The Pig Spirit says, use your mind wisely. That always indicates to me that it's time to like really think through the words that you speak. Because I sense that you have the ability to heal or hurt with your voice, pile 2. You may be very insightful, and in terms of being able to see in other people maybe what is broken. So if you choose to use that negatively, you could be really like quite crushing and condescending, being able to nitpick into what people like really are deeply hurt by. Or, and I sense this as a person that you really are, using your words to like heal, to lift people up, to inspire people. I just sense that you have a very magnetic personality. People are drawn to you. This is a strong like leadership energy is what I'm getting here. And so it's all about you choosing to use your insight, your clear cognizance, and your connection to spirit, the way that you channel and use your voice to try and heal and lift other people up. I sense that this is a group that potentially can clearly, intuitively see what's going on with other people, understanding when people are going through certain trials and tribulations in life. And so potentially you can draw upon your own experiences to help them, to give some sage advice about how they can overcome certain battles and challenges and stuff like that. So your mission on life, your soul's purpose, I'm sensing for you, pile 2, is really to be a beacon of hope and to share your voice, to stand up for your beliefs too, is what I'm getting. To stand up for the things that you're passionate about, that frustrate you also. You may be an activist and have strong opinions on like things that we're going through right now, like the Black Lives Matter movement. You may be an activist for the people that need a voice, that maybe have been oppressed in the past. You may be an environmentalist and are strong about like climate change and protecting the earth and protecting Gaia, knowing that, you know, Gaia supports us. We need to love her and give her support back because this is the only earth we have. Or you may be an activist for, I guess, minority groups or disabled people or something like that. So not only to share your voice and this strong sort of guidance and inspiration that you're getting from the divine, but really to stand up for the things that you really truly believe in, to use your power of conviction to like help change the world for the better in a sense. And I just think this is a really beautiful mission. I don't think it's really daunting for you either, pile 2. I think that you already have a lot of courage within. I sense this is a group that like likes to be in the forefront. You like to share your voice. You're a very opinionated personality. There's just a need for you to make sure that you use it for the greater good, and I sense that that's probably who you are already. But moving on from that, let's get some further messages and insight for you about what Spirit wants you to know right now, what your spirit guides want you to know. From the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile number 2? Strong channel and connection to the divine. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 2? So it's beautiful that you have the purple or the violet little lady here. I'm also drawn to the blue in the golden crested dragon and in the Marco card. There's also a lot of blue there in the communication card too. Strong indication that your throat chakra is like one of your strongest or most aligned of the 7 chakras of the body. And that's not surprising because I sense that you're supposed to use your voice, your mind to help like heal people through communication and the words that you choose to use. Spirit, any further messages, please, for pile number 2? Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we go. Interesting. The first card that I just saw that came out is the 6 of Cups, which is all about reminiscence. things that occurred in the past, experiences from the past, like reminiscing on things that happened that either brought us joy or heartbreak, but being able to draw upon those experiences to help guide other people. You can see in this card that the young querent or the young boy is like gifting a cup with a flower to this young woman here. So I guess gifting your knowledge and your experiences to other people. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is all about mentorship, of being a leader and helping guide people that are below you. Learning through experiences with other people, like learning from other people that maybe have more advice from you. Remember that like life is a constant series of lessons in a sense. It's a journey of self-discovery about who we are and what our purpose is, but also it's just a never-ending like cycle of new experiences, things to learn basically. So we learn from people above us and we can learn from people below us too, but most definitely somebody that's meant to be a mentor or a leader to other people, to share your gift and your wisdom, your experiences from the past, to help other people through the darkness, or even just to enhance other people's gifts and strengths in a sense. You have the Ten of Wands. And your final card is the World card, also beautiful, which came out for pile number 1 too. Strong sort of synchronicities between this and pile 1, in the sense that both readings got a lot of synchronicities in their readings. Both readings really indicated to me that both piles have a mission in life. Pile 1's was slightly different to yours, pile 2. But I just sense that you've overcome a lot of demons in your past, is what I'm getting. With the Ten of Wands here, indicating that you're at the end of a cycle of hardship, potentially, where you've been through some hard experiences in your past. But you know what? Nothing is wasted, I think. That's one of the cards in the animal spirit deck. Nothing is wasted. The vulture spirit, I think it is, where like even those harder, trialing, like darker experiences in life, we learn so much about ourselves, about how strong we are, about what we can manage and get through in life, how powerful we are. We also learn, in a sense, what we don't want from life anymore. So mistakes are blessings in disguise, because they guide us down onto the right path. So I sense that you've been through a lot in your past, pile 2. But with the World, I see that you've managed to overcome a lot of demons in your past, and you're being called here not only to just lift people up with your voice and to share your gift, your channeling gift with the world, but also really to draw upon any sort of darker experiences of your past and really share that with other people, to blog it, to communicate it, maybe even to write a book or to start a YouTube channel, something like that, so that you can help empower people through their own demons in a sense, which I think is just an amazing gift. With the World card here, this is something that's going to bring you fulfillment and satisfaction, that it will lead you to feeling at peace with life and having everything that you want. Beautiful reading for you, pile 2. Keep up the good work. I commend you on your journey. That's all I have for you. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and let's move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3 with the lovely blue, light blue lady. Let's find out what your spirit guides want you to know right now. Some messages from your guides or your angels. We'll start with your Ascension card to get the overall theme of the reading. You have Orion, number 18, which is my favorite number. It's my birthday. The great masters of Orion invite you to visit Orion in meditation or sleep to receive a download of cosmic wisdom. This is an honor, so prepare yourself with the intention during the day by showering, lighting a candle, playing sacred music, or walking in nature. Then you will receive much spiritual light. Orion is the soul star chakra of the universe. You may find it helpful to ask Archangel Mariel to light up your personal soul star chakra, which is above your head, to facilitate your connection. So it's just about here. Your affirmation: I honor the masters of Orion and visit them in my sleep. Interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. So I sense that potentially right now, pile 3, you're starting to learn more about yourself too. This is kind of similar in a sense already to pile 2, with the overarching message here of like unveiling inner knowledge and wisdom, downloading wisdom from the universe in a sense. You may consider yourself to be an Orion starseed, potentially. Orion starseeds are very competitive. They live in a dualistic sort of nature also, similar to Earth. So I guess the 3D isn't so different for them. It's a little denser, of course. I think Orion is a 5D dimension from memory. But so dualism, like light and dark, hot and cold, all of these things in this realm aren't so different. But I just sense you're starting to now like have some more clarity about who you are, or coming into some inner wisdom. Potentially you've been through a hard time and you're starting to reflect upon, I guess, the lessons from those experiences that you've been through, because I like to think that all challenges in life are lessons, are the greater lessons in life. They lead us to like learn, I guess, what we're capable of, what strengths we have within us, how strong we are, and our resolve to overcome like our own personal demons in a sense. But also there's lots of lessons and wisdom within every experience in life. So things that may have gone wrong in your past, or things that didn't work out the way that you had hoped for, I guess let us know what we want to change in our future, and we can learn from them and make changes so that we don't experience those things again, basically. But moving on from that, let's get onto your oracle cards. You have the card of responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. Okay. You have number 5 in heart healing. Interesting. What I'm getting for you, pile 3, is I sense that you're being called, if you haven't started to do this already, is to start to like really assess your thought patterns and really have a deeper understanding about the things that you think and how that dictates and influences your experiences in life. So our thoughts, the stories we tell ourselves in our head, which aren't always necessarily true, can get in the way of actually experiencing things the way that they just are. So we tend to, I guess, influence or perceive things based on taking in thoughts before we go into certain experiences. This is a group that may feel quite down on themselves quite regularly, that potentially has been through like the dark night of the soul, or has experienced like some mental health issues, depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So what I am sensing is that it's time for you to start really reflecting upon the thoughts that you have and how they influence the way you feel. And then the way out that we feel sort of starts to influence our experiences in life. So once again, if you let's say you're going on a date and you're meeting somebody for the first time, and you're going into this date thinking, oh, I'm nervous, I'm going to say something stupid, they won't like me, I'm not good enough for this person, why am I going on this date, I don't deserve a partner, thinking negative thoughts before you go in, then of course that influences the way you feel during that experience. You may be very shy and anxious and nervous, you may stumble over your words, you may say something a little bit silly, and then of course the experience is going to be horrible, and that person will then like not really want to get to know you. But if you just choose to shut your mind off, be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking, pile 3, even try to change the thoughts when they come into your head, realizing that like the chatter in our head is not true, it's just a story we're telling us, that we can spend time, if you try to like deliberately try and switch it off and change your mindset a little bit and start to replace those thoughts with things like, hey, no, I'm great, I'm beautiful, I love myself, I have a lot to offer, I'm fun, this person's going to love spending time with me, I can't wait to go on this date, it's going to be a lot of fun. Start to feel the energy of like getting excited about that first date, you know? And then of course your experience is going to be a lot better. So the message here for you is to really be mindful of how your thoughts can actually influence the way you feel, and then the way you feel then dictates and influences your external experiences. You may have had some really troubling times in your past, I'm sensing, with the Number 5 on the heart healing, really indicating that you've been hurt in the past, whether it be in a relationship potentially, or maybe a series of things in your life that didn't work out the way you want. You may have lost somebody close to you and you're grieving, or potentially you've just got mental health issues that you need to deal with. And like each day is kind of like a battle of will in terms of trying to change your mindset. So I just sense that this is a period for you right now, pile 3, where it's time to like really reflect upon who you are and what it is that you want from life, and try and change your mindset into being more positive about the person that you are, starting to see the beautiful aspects of your personality too, what you have to offer the world. With the responsibility card here, I just sense it's about being really disciplined in your approach to overcoming your own battles, in a sense. And I know how hard that is, because I went through deep depression for many, many years, and I still have low days and low weeks. I lost my job and I had certain addictions that weren't serving me very well. And for the last 2 or 3 years, it was a really horrendous, troubling time for me, where I really had to like draw deep and do a lot of soul searching about really starting to realize that if I wanted my life to be better, then I had to make certain changes in my life. And it starts with changing your mindset. This is a group that I sense could get a lot out of doing daily meditation, or at least like daily affirmations to start the day. When you get up, the first thing you talk about to yourself is thanking your guides and your angels for a good night's sleep, being grateful for the bed that you slept in, being grateful for the sun shining outside, being grateful for your friends and family that are around you to support you. Meditating to try and switch your mind off. Meditation is all about trying to quiet the chatter in your mind so you can actually unveil, with the Orion card here in your inner truth, start to unveil who you truly are, and your true essence, what you're here to give, and what you can offer other people in this world, pile 3. So this is an optimistic reading in the sense that either you've started right now to like start to change your mindset and to switch your mind off, and to start to realize that the way that you think actually dictates through your feelings, your experiences in life. But also, if you haven't started doing that yet, I really just sense that it's an optimistic time where you can start to make these changes so that your future is looking a lot brighter. Moving on from that, we have the Air and Fire Dragon. Expand your creative energies. Interesting. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. Lovely. Interesting. So I'm just going to leave it there for now. With the Orion card, talking about like inner truths being unveiled, tapping into higher wisdom, it does say here also, communicate your passion. I sense that like doing some inner work, I think this is probably a really creative group. You probably have a lot of creative talents, and potentially you don't encourage yourself as much as you should, because I sense that you are very artistic or very creative, pile 3. You may have a beautiful song voice and you're a beautiful singer, a great lyricist or a poet. You may be a writer, a painter, a drawer. You may have some sort of arts and crafts talent, very crafty in terms of things that you do with your hands or something like that. A very, very creative group. I like to think, what is the expression? Still waters run deep. It's all about people that have been through the darkest, really shine a light to experience more love in the world when they come out of the dark, in a sense. I'm getting tingles right now by saying this, because it kind of rings true to me, in a sense. I've gone through a really dark time when my brother passed away, and I broke up with a partner. I lost my job. I am in some financial issues. It was a horrible experience, but I've clawed my way out of it, and I've learned so much about myself, how strong I am, what I can give to other people by drawing upon my own darker experiences, in a sense. And this is my creative talent. This is my creative passion. It's something that I'm very inspired by, and I want to share it with other people. So I sense that like you can really draw upon that darkness to channel it into your art, pile 3. Whatever art you have, whatever creative talents you have, you can really draw upon those experiences of the past that were really dark and sort of and damning, and that really broke your soul potentially, or at least left you feeling like, defeated in a sense, to actually channel those experiences into something really beautiful and creative. And I sense that will help lift you out of the darkness in a way. Like having an outlet for that energy can be the way for you to to help lift your soul and to start to feel more vibrant and alive again. Your last card is number 48, the Porcupine Spirit. Time for a beginner mind. There you go. Okay. Yeah, a fresh start, right? I was just talking about how like your mind and your thoughts can really dictate and influence your experiences in life. If you think negatively about yourself, or you're very sort of like quite harsh in the words that you speak to yourself in your own head, the dialogue that you choose to say, or even take negative thoughts into a certain experience, and of course it's going to influence that experience, and you'll get negative experiences. What you put in is what you get out, right? It's like for like, in a sense. But this is all about you changing your mindset. Time for a beginner mind, a fresh start. Like, this is an opportunity right now for you, Pile 3, to start thinking about life in a positive light, and start to think about what you have to offer other people, what your creative passions are, what you were inspired to do, the things that light you up, in a sense. Get inspired by those things, change your mindset, and maybe think about what your life could be if you channel all of that energy into something really creative and beautiful, which is really lovely. So this is a really optimistic reading, in the sense that like this is a chance for you to change your life for the better, Pile 3. And I sense that your guides are coming in quite strong right now, trying to encourage you to go down a different path, or at least to start changing your mindset and start to believe in yourself, to be more confident in your own abilities, in a sense, because you are very creative. This is a very talented group. You may also have some sort of like creative talent with your voice. As I mentioned, you've got the blue little lady here, which relates to your throat chakra, your mind, the way you communicate. You may have some sort of creative like talent associated with your voice. You may want to be an activist and stand up for your beliefs potentially, or you may just want to be a writer or a vlogger or something like that. You may have started a YouTube channel like I have, and you're just being called to like really channel that darkness, those dark experiences, those darker thoughts into something more creative, and share it with the world. Lovely. Moving on from that, Pile 3, let's get some further messages and insight for you from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for Pile 3? What would you like them to know? Ooh, wow. Oop. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for Pile number 3? Our little creative artists and talented souls. We'll take that card too. Okay, you have 5 cards. Wow, the first card that came out is the Tower. Can you believe that? Right, so, which is beautiful in the sense. So I was talking about, it does say here, time for a beginner mind. The Tower is a reset, really, in tarot. The Tower is kind of a reset where your life has fallen apart around you because the universe wants you to focus on something that is, well, the right path for you. It's all about a solid foundation, creating a solid foundation in your life, like doing something that is more in line with your soul's, like attuning to your soul's purpose, in a sense. And it's all about you channeling your experiences in life into something very creative and artistic, using your voice, sharing your voice about things that you've been through, also, Pile 3. So I sense that maybe you've had an experience in your recent past where things just fell apart, where all of your efforts in something that you were trying to create, or the work that you were doing, were not getting you anywhere. You may have felt very stuck and stagnant, unfulfilled in a certain path that you were going down. And I sense the universe has just come in and cleared that all clean, so you can start with a fresh slate and focus on what you're supposed to be focusing on, like sharing your gift with the world somehow. You also have the Four of Pentacles that came out. This card always talks to me about holding on too tightly to certain patterns or addictions or habits or something like that. You are really attached to certain things in reality. Maybe those things have fallen away right now. Like when I was going through my awakening, I used to be a heavy drinker, I'll admit it. Now I pretty much don't drink at all, actually. And I did actively make an effort in trying to like cut back and change my drinking patterns. But after a while I noticed that like, even when I'd have one drink, it just didn't feel great anymore. I felt like dehydrated straight away. I I just didn't have the urge or the want or the need to drink as much as I used to in the past. So when you start to do the work and overcome your own battles and demons, the universe steps in and starts rewarding you and helping you through that too. It makes it easier for you to let go of those things that are no longer meant to be in your life anymore. So with the Tower card and the Four of Pentacles, there may have been certain patterns or habits or addictions that you had in your past that you're now starting to let go of and break free from, which is really beautiful. Pile 3. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these cards is a Devil card that's come out. You have the Two of Pentacles. You have the Four of Wands. Beautiful. Ah, and you also have the Eight of Wands. Okay. So I am sensing you're still going through a phase of like learning to be in balance, letting go of things that aren't serving you, starting to believe in yourself a little bit more. Starting to change your mindset about the way you talk to yourself and the things that you say to yourself. Starting to boost your self-esteem and believe in yourself again, which is really beautiful part too. Letting go most definitely of things that are not serving you, but I still see with the Two of Pentacles that it's still a bit of a struggle, that you may fall back on certain patterns here and there. And just remember, we're all human. We all make mistakes. Life is a journey of self-discovery and self-empowerment, learning how strong we are by slowly overcoming our own battles. There's treasures in having to face our own demons. They may be scary to start with, but when we actually start addressing those things, we realize that they're nowhere near as hard and as challenging as we thought they would be. That our mind created this issue to be much bigger and far scarier than actually it was in reality when we actually choose to look at it and start facing those things. And I really sense that you're starting to do that, Pile 3, because you have here the Four of Wands and the Eight of Wands, indicating to me that you're starting to like find peace and harmony within. The Four of Wands talks about a homecoming, like success, rewards from going on a journey, a spiritual journey, and having success on your journey. And the Eight of Wands talks about like rapid acceleration and improvement in your life. So I sense that you have started to address things that weren't working for you. You've started to change your mindset. You're mindful of the things that you say to yourself, Pile 3. And yeah, really starting to like channel that energy into something more creative. Or if you haven't started to do that yet, then I sense that you're being called to do that. You're meant to share your gift with the world somehow and draw upon those experiences of the past to be a channel, an outlet for any negative energy or thoughts that you may have. You have a lot of power within you, Pile 3. You're stronger than I think you could ever imagine. And all of these things that are leaving your life are only for the greater good, because you're supposed to go somewhere that brings you far more enjoyment and satisfaction. That's all I have for you, Pile 3. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day. And let's move on to Pile 4. Welcome, Pile 4, with the lovely turquoise, or green, light green lady. Turquoise is my second favorite color, after purple, FYI. Let's find out what your spirit guides want you to know right now. Messages from your guides. We'll start with your Ascension card, and this will give us the overall theme or energy of the reading. Your card is number 22 to start with, which is a master number, which also registers to 4. Interesting. Is the unicorns. When you think about unicorns, your frequency rises and you attune to them. These pure white 7th dimensional ascended horses are touching you as you read this card. They have come to you because you have a soul desire to serve humanity or the planet. Lovely. Bathe yourself in their energy and they will give you the dignity, confidence, and strength to do what is right. Other people will sense this and respond to it. Unicorns grant wishes to the pure of heart, so ask them to bring you something significant to you now. Interesting. I connect with the unicorns is your affirmation. I connect to the unicorns. Okay. So this is a group, I sense. It says there, you may wish to be of service to humanity or to serve the planet somehow. You may have this like deep desire within to be of service and to like help other people in need, or to be an activist for things that you believe in is what I'm getting also. It also says something about like communicating your thoughts to people. So I sense this is a group that likes to stand up for their beliefs. Noting that right now we're going through a period of like, it's kind of the Tower moment, I sense really, in reality, where things are falling apart that won't serve where humanity is headed to as we lead towards the golden age, or the age of Aquarius. And so you want to be of service to people and stand up for your beliefs. You may have strong beliefs in, like, in terms of like the Black Lives Matter movement. You may be an activist for that, or standing up for like your political beliefs or something like that, or even just looking out for people in minority groups that maybe just don't have a voice for their own. So yeah, most definitely a group that I just sense wants to be of service somehow, which is really beautiful. But moving on from that, pile 4, let's see what your other oracle cards have to say. You have the card of trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. Beautiful. Okay. Interesting that you have the turquoise lady, which is kind of a combination of both blue and green, your throat chakra and your heart chakra. Heart chakra also related to your intuition, letting your feelings and emotions guide you in a sense. I just sense that this is a group that has your mission in life. You have a soul's purpose to stand up for the things that you are inspired by, or the things that you feel are unjust in this world right now. You want to be a leader and an advocate for what you believe is right and just in a sense. Or you may just want to be some sort of healer also, to serve humanity and to help heal people that are having a tough time, or help heal humanity move into the age of Aquarius. Interesting. It does say there, trust your intuition too. So I also sense too that your guides are really here, like directing you down a certain path, or you may see a lot of signs and synchronicities in your reality right now, pile 4. Noting you also have the master number 22. Lots of signs and synchronicities through number patterns, through colors, through images, through nature. Maybe some birds or animals come into your life more frequently. You may see something on TV and then see it out in reality like 2 minutes later, stuff like that. So pay attention to those things, because it's the universe and your guides basically indicating that you're now on the right path, that they're encouraging you to continue to do the work that you're doing, to continue to believe in the things that you believe in, to stand up for the things that you feel are right or unjust in the world. You have the card of Divine Love, number 31. Beautiful. Okay. Right. Divine Love and the green, the turquoise. This is just a really loving, inspired group who wants to be of service. You want to use your love for yourself and for humanity to try and help people that are in need. You may wish to be a healer, potentially. You may be studying medicine right now, or being a carer, studying to be a carer somehow, so that you can use your life to be of service to people in need, potentially. But I also just sense that this is a group that really does stand up for the things that they believe in, that you're very impassioned and very bold and brazen about getting your voice across and letting people know what you believe in and what you feel is just or unjust, essentially. So you need to continue to do that, pile 4. Continue to believe in yourself and to stand up for your own beliefs, to get your voice across, to be a beacon of hope and a voice for those people that maybe don't have the voice, or are afraid to raise their own voice also. Noting also, wow, I just noticed you've got number 31 here too, which reduces to 4, and 22, which reduces to 4 for pile 4. So you may be seeing 444 a lot. You may look at the clock recently and see the number 444. 4 is the number of a solid foundation of strength and stability. So I sense that your life, in a sense, could be developed around being a healer, being a voice for those people in need. You may also wish to be like a communicator and to use your voice to stand up for your beliefs, like to start a YouTube channel or to be a blogger. Maybe you read tarot and stuff like that, and you stand, you convey your beliefs and the things that inspire you through tarot and stuff like that. Interesting. But with the card of trust here too, it's all about trusting in your own intuition, trusting in the path that you're going down, trusting that you know what you're doing in life, and that you are on the right path, and that you have the ability and the strength within you to achieve whatever it is that you want, pile 4. You have the Air Dragon. Helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. There you go. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective. Yes, okay. And you have number 59, Star Spirit, the Starfish Spirit. Open to infinite possibility. Beautiful. That's magical. Wow. The miracles are endless for you, Pile 4. You can achieve whatever it is that you want. You are gifted in this life the ability to manifest whatever it is that you want, the life that you want for yourself, and the ability to help influence other people to have the life that they want, is what I'm getting. Most definitely also with the air dragon. What does it say? Communicate honestly. Along with the turquoise related to both your throat and your heart chakra, just a strong sense that you are supposed to share your love for humanity and for your fellow man, to be of service to other people, to help heal people in need potentially, or to really stand up for people that maybe don't have the voice to do it themselves. I sense this is a group that really wants a lot for yourself. You're very driven and inspired to achieve a lot in this life, Pile 4. You may feel as if you've come into Earth to like do big things, that you have a strong mission in life. And that mission is essentially to be a beacon of hope for those people that maybe need it. But also just to enjoy your own life too. To find something that allows you to share this strong need and desire to be of service that also like couples well with something that you're very passionate about, that you really thoroughly enjoy doing. Whatever that is for you, if you can find that middle ground between this strong urge to be of service and this desire to live the life that you want, then you have got it made and you can achieve big things, is what I'm getting. So trust in those that intuitive nudges and that thing that makes you feel alive. If there's that one thing that you can think of right now, Pile 4, that is inspiring to you, that just puts a smile on your face, that you're passionate about, you're driven about, then that is your thing that you're supposed to share with the world. Focus on that thing and you can go anywhere. You can achieve great and big things, is what I'm getting. I also sense that this is a group that probably will achieve a lot in life, that you will have a lot of success. I just sense that with the Divine Love card there and the lady sort of laying on the ground, I just get a lot of like earth energy from this group too. You may have like strong earth placements in your natal chart, sun, moon, or rising potentially, or then your 10th house may be ruled by an earth sign. I'm just picking up on. Yeah, interesting. You can achieve amazing things. You're being guided to do big things in this life and to use your life to be of service to other people, is what I'm getting, powerful. And look out for 444 on the clock. Moving on, let's get some further messages for you from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for Pile 4? What does their spirit guides want them to know? Messages from their spirit guides, please. I also am sensing that with the unicorns card there, talking about like 7th dimension, you have the starfish here. Opens to infinite possibilities. It really reminds me of the star card in tarot, of hope, of divinity, of infinite possibilities, the ability to do whatever it is you want. But I also sense that this is a group that probably likes to spend a lot of time outdoors at night, like gazing at the stars. Star bathing, they call it, where you can download like wisdom and inspiration through, I guess, looking at your star placements, where you've originated from, like the galaxies and stuff like that. Any further messages of wisdom, please, from Pile 4's spirit guides, Spirit? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Now they're just flying out of the deck for you, Pile 4. Okay, we'll finish with that. So your first card that came out is the 8 of Swords. Interesting. You have the Knight of Swords. Ah, okay. So what I see from those two cards is that maybe in your past, Pile 4, you felt a little stuck, not in flow, as if you weren't going to places where you wanted to go, in a sense. You may have felt like unfulfilled in life, as if like you were trapped in a sense, but didn't know how to get out of it. The Eight of Swords, though, is the card of like, if she could just take off that blindfold and wriggle out of those loosely sort of bound ribbons around her, she could see that she could easily walk out of those swords, that she's only stuck because she's bound by her own perceptions about her life and where her life is going, in a sense that she is free if she chooses to see that there are ways out of her current situation. And potentially that's just about believing that you can start afresh, that you can focus on the thing that you were inspired by to go down a new path, and to really believe that if you choose to follow your passion, that you will have success. And I see a lot of success for you, Pile 4, most definitely, if you follow your passion and really follow this need to be of service to other people. And with the Knight of Swords here rushing in, I just sense that when you actually start to like change your mindset and overcome this fear that you're stuck in a certain like role in life that isn't fulfilling for you, that you will have a lot of rapid success, is what I'm getting. But I also see here too, with the Two Swords related to your mind, along with the air dragon here and the turquoise, so this is a group that also may receive a lot of downloads from their spirit guides that are trying to direct you on a certain path. You may have strong claircognizance, where you have sudden epiphanies and understanding about what you're supposed to do, or why you went through a certain experience. And you should trust in that, because it's your guides trying to point you down a path that is more in line with your soul's purpose here on Earth. This is a group that feels that they have a very strong mission, and I sense a strong urgency with the King of Swords to get onto that mission, to start fulfilling that mission. You also have here the Three of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, which is all about emotionally balanced, stability, feeling at peace and at ease in your own skin. Joy and passion, strong intuition, following your intuition. But what I am getting from those two cards is the message for you also, Power 4, is to just enjoy your life. If you are feeling stuck, that there is a way out. Follow your passion, and that will lead you to success and happiness. That life is a journey of self-discovery, and that we're meant to just have fun. That spending time with those people that you love is part of your life focus too. Remembering just to bring joy and inspiration and passion to everything that you do. And that will help lift the collective also. Living the life that you've always wanted will inspire other people to start to go down the path that will bring them happiness and satisfaction in life too. So you can inspire other people. You can be a healer, also Pile 4, by just healing yourself and living the life that you've always wanted to live. And I think that's really beautiful. You can do whatever you want, Pile 4. Like, the possibilities are infinite, remember? That's all I have for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.